Hi there, this is going to be a short video review of the Razer DeathAdder 2013. Now, I do understand it is 2015, but the reviews I like to do, I want to have done it after a year, or even maybe 2 years in this case, of using it. So I can tell you how it stood up to its use, maybe abuse, and how it feels, all the pros and cons having spent a long time with it. So this is the Razer 2013 DeathAdder mouse. It's targeted as a gaming mouse, a simplified but sort of premium-ish mouse that gives on all counts. Its specs are as follows: 6400 DPI optical sensor. You can choose to go with a lower DPI, but that's its maximum setting. A 1000 Hz polling rate. It's about 105 grams in weight. Dimensions are 12.7 by 7 by 4.4 centimeters. That's length, width, and height, respectively. There are a few LEDs on it. One is the Razer logo on sort of its middle. It faces you. You can choose to turn this off, as I've done, because it just sort of gives a glare off into your eyes for no reason. There's another LED on the sides of the scroll wheel. I actually think this looks quite good, and it goes with the shape of the mouse. So I keep that one on. And I can tell you, after 2 years, neither of them have broken or turned off at any time unexpectedly. So the mouse has been reliable. The cable is a braided fiber cable, which at the end of it is a gold-plated USB connection. Very nice, very simple, and doesn't sort of grip onto things. So pros and cons. Pros, its ergonomics are pretty much the best mouse I've ever used. It just, what you expect from a mouse when you go to hold it, whether it's gaming or other applications, it's there straight away. Its shape is perfect. And actually it works for lefties as well. It's shaped in such a way that people who are left-handed, they can use it as well. So the negative points. Well, after a few months, actually the left click required more pressure to activate. So if you put your finger right at the end of the mouse and then clicked, that wouldn't be enough to activate the press. You sort of now have to click more in the middle of the left sort of click area and then apply a tiny bit more pressure. Again, it's not a game breaker, but it is something to note. So overall, I mean, things it could improve on, I think maybe it could have 1 or 2 more macro buttons. There's certainly space for it. They could turn the scroll wheel into a 4-way scroll wheel, like we've seen on some Logitech mice. And also, another big negative I found was that the Synapse software, it pretty much asks for an update every other day. It got to the point where I just turned off the updates because, I mean, how many updates does a mouse need, you know? How complicated could the software be that you update it and then 2-3 days later it needs another update and then a restart and then 2 more, you know, it just goes on and on and on. And it was like that for basically forever since I bought it. That's 2 years. So recently I just turned it off. The mouse works, you know, the games work, there's no problem, you know, time to stop updating it maybe. So I'd say that's about overall, I'd give the mouse a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's a solid 9 out of 10. It could do with a few more things, but as a sort of first mice, you cannot go wrong with this. This pretty much ticks every box you could possibly want. And the main thing is the way it looks and its ergonomics. Very, very easy to hold, very accurate, and actually quite reliable.